Last man standing? Impossible odds? Let's do this!
This is the Clucked Chickens, a podcast about Realm Royale. Happy Halloween! How's everybody doing? Happy Halloween. Thanks for showing up at the All Hallows Eve for a little podcast this evening. How's everybody doing tonight? Hi, Kathy.
Hi.
How we doing?
Super good.
Okay, you're scaring me a little bit. I have an issue with clowns. I have a major issue with clowns. For those on the podcast, Kathy is. I don't know if this is supposed to be cute, sexy. I don't know what type of clown this is, but it is a little terrifying.
Sad clown.
Okay, sad clown. Okay.
It's sad, creepy clown that hangs on your walls, or on your grandparents' walls, with their wood siding paneling inside the house.
Okay, I'm terrified. I'm terrified right now. Me, as you can tell, I am Sunny.
The tail's the best part.
The tail is the best part. If you're gonna go out for Halloween, you're gonna do it in a Sully costume. I'm super excited about this. What's up, Donut? So, oh my God, this has been an interesting week in the way of Realm Royale, has it not? So, over this last week, the things that we're going to talk about today is timers, servers, and bots.
Oh my.
Oh my, exactly. We're going to talk about the changes to potions, the changes to weapons and abilities, the chickens, the forges, talk about some chests and some runic stones. Took me a while to find that. Talk a little bit about Realm community, what future updates, and then we will go from there. So let us jump right in. So as I said, as we were talking about before, Realm Royale is, I'm going to call it, I called it last week, it's beta. It's finally officially beta. The game has moved to a point now that I believe that we're not going to be having too many more major changes. I think we've got a game that I think High Res is very excited to go forward with. And Kathy, how do you like? Do you feel this game is after all the changes we've had, is in a good place?
Yeah, I really like the place where it is, and I think that you can tell they really listened, which I appreciate, and we've mentioned before. And so as we go through the list, there's still going to be things that, because Alpha started really popular, and then it started to, recently we've been playing, we've had different changes that show how few people were playing it.
Right.
But I think with the changes they made, we're going to be back to a lot more people. And I played it earlier today, and it is a lot more fun. So I'll talk about that too.
Yeah, I'm really excited to talk about that, because I was actually I played a little bit this afternoon as well, and there was a lot of fun stuff that sort of came about. So the first big thing that happened, and I want to do this in orders because I think these are the order of importance. So the first thing that happened this afternoon is they told us that they have added servers. So the Brazil server, Australia server, Asia Pacific server are up and running. So with that and the North American and European, we now have 5, and you can see with my awesome pod hand, 5 servers now. So with that, players, when they log in, now are going to be logging into their server. So over the last couple of months, I think a month and a quarter, we've been logging in, and if you're in the United States, you're logging into Europe. If in the morning, if you're later on in the evening and you're in Europe, you're logging into the United States. So the ping was never really that good. So now that they've done this, each region gets to be on their own region and have less of a ping. So, yeah?
Yeah, I think, yeah. I feel like they're setting us up for competitive, and I think that this is what all the I'll just speak for Donut right now.
Oh no!
Name.
No!
What I have to carry the weight of a donut and a clown.
That's terrifying.
So I think that for competitive players, they're really setting it up because that is the big complaint. It doesn't feel fair when you can't even play within your own region, and then actually feel accurate or that you're as effective as you know you are.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, so it's good. And I feel excited for competitive. So I hope it attracts a lot of competitive players because I think once those come on, then all the casual players for me come on so we can like play together.
Well, let's go to the next part and then the next part, and then we're going to talk about where we're at right now. So along with these servers, they've also remove those timers. They're gone.
Finally.
Woo!
Yeah.
So squads, solos, duos, you get in, the timer counts up, boop, 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 and all of a sudden you all of a sudden get on. So it's absolutely insane. I'm really excited the fact that we no longer have these pieces. I didn't like them, and it scared a lot of people away. It got a lot of people out of Realm Royale because of that timer. They go in and they're like, oh, I've got to wait 4.5 minutes. I just died in this game. It's 3.5 minutes. I mean, we played a lot of marbles while we were on stream, but it just was a little painful. Now, I know you, Kathy, you took a break for a while. Why did you take a break from Realm Royale?
Yeah, because of the timers. Like, I feel like when you just want to jump into games and kind of zone out and just, I don't know, play something repetitively, almost like a casual game. Like on your phone, I mean, like the official like genre of like casual game where you're just like tapping something or you're just whatever. Like that's the style I think a lot of people like to play, not just competitive, where you just play in a row, right? So it was a little bit tough when you don't feel like you're trying to enhance your skill. So you're not obligated to be in the game, right? Like I think people who are obligated to be in the game, they really want to learn. They're going to wait through those timers, but I couldn't. Like it was just too much. So I started playing other games instead. Some of that, as you know, was Paladins. But yeah, you see, you just start playing other games instead. It's super deterred me. It was crazy. So to see that they found a solution that wasn't that, which also I think we suggested, but they found a solution. I really like it. And I know we're going to talk about that in a second, like what the solution is and what that experience is, but I prefer no timer to timer.
Yeah. So the next part, and we talked about this last week, was the fact that who are these players? If you are on a Zeppelin right now, you see these creepy, I'm talking creepy players. They got weird names, they land together, and you've got this weird hunter warrior slash thing, or this right here you've got a warrior hunter mage combination type thing going on here. And what would you call these things, Kathy?
Monsters. I'm glad it's Halloween. My favorite, so if you guys haven't seen it yet, it's a woman, question mark? There's a blonde ponytail.
Yep, this
like
one.
This. There's a brown bowl cut and a beard.
Yeah, it's this one right here. This guy right here.
It's a Mage War Assassin.
Yeah.
Is what it is.
It's terrifying.
Yeah.
But you'll also understand that they're bots. There are now bots on the server. Yeah, this is you can't pretend that they're not there. We can't say that they're no, they're just bad players. No, they 100% they're bots. And each server, each time you run in, you get 100 players. So if you click one of these timers right here, you click solos, duos, squads. In 2 minutes, you're gonna have a match, and you're gonna have a match with 100 players in it. Period. Not 100 real players, but at least 100 players. So, Kathy, you were playing a little earlier with this, and
yeah, I love it. I don't know if that's gonna be. I do wish Donut was here because I wish he could tell us, and you could tell us too what your experience was. I was talking to a couple other people too, like Ella and Allie, and we love it. Like, it's fun, it's practice. It feels like a little bit like you're in a shooting range and that's kind of fun. So I do feel like a winner.
Mm.
I kill a lot of things, and they're not that easy, to be honest. You can tell that they're bots, but they're not as easy as, like, say, paladins. I think they are a little more intuitive than that. So I think that that's good. But it was so fun. We got chicken royale twice.
Oh, nice. Well, here's the thing. Yeah, this is where we're coming to the point where it's like good versus bad, pluses versus minuses. Well, everybody hated the timers. Everybody hated the fact that you couldn't get a match. Everybody hated this portion of the game. The big part about this is, okay, high res heroic leap goes, guys, here's a server. We're gonna guarantee you a match, 30 seconds, 2 minutes, no matter what. Okay, we're gonna guarantee you can get in. We're gonna guarantee that you can play. You can play the game. You can get your nuggets. You can do what you need to do, and you can get in. Not necessarily have as many good players, but you can get in. What then that also changes is now, okay, if I know I can get in, I can queue with a bunch of my friends and we can all go in, get in this game. Less bots, more us, go to town. So I have a feeling that right now people are like, oh God, it's just bots. But you get enough people in there, those bots are going to start going away, and I think we're going to be in a good place and just be able to have a lot of fun.
Yeah, I think so. And I think that, like, the fun thing is that players like me who are just like, I've said this before, like, I'm not terrible, Raven, thank you very much, but I'm not going to be as great as Donut or Octo. And so even when you're in there, you can play the fun little games that you see the pros play, like, oh, I'm only going to kill him this time with the common bolt staff.
Right.
That's it. And so I think that that's been fun too. And I've been listening to some of the streamers, like Gentle Giant. I think earlier people were giving him challenges.
Yep.
Because they're all bots. And so as the player count increases with real people, I think that that'll start to be fun too. Like, the curve will be more fun because you will be surprised that, oh my God, I thought that was a bot and it's actually a real person. And then you actually start playing for real. So I think there's more fun to be had than not when there are the bots in there.
Right. But now that you think about this is perfect for us to launch console, because consoles will jump in, people will be in there, there will be no longer bots.
Yeah.
The console people will be playing about as bad as bots for the first little bit, but it's going to be it's an easy transition. So yeah. It's now beta. They're getting ready to reset. They're getting ready to reset all of everybody's stats. They're getting ready to, people are starting to data mine. They're starting to find all the new stuff that's coming out in the new patches soon. So I'm calling it still. I've been calling it for 6 weeks now. We will have console, I think, at HRX. That's my call. Nobody at High Res yell at me, but that's my call.
Yeah, I think you have to tell us too. Unicorn Girl's asking. I had the same question. Are they going to do crossover? Because now
Yes.
PlayStation has announced. So for sure?
Yes, they've already said that it's crossover play.
Good. Okay, that's good.
Yeah, so it will be crossover, so it will affect. It will definitely. You'll be playing with. I'm 99.9% positive we will be playing with console players or against them.
Cool.
So yeah, so it's really, at the end of the day, I think the servers, the timers, the bots, this is all setting up for console. That's all this is, because you've broken it out so that you have it in all different regions. You've got these timers away, getting it ready because you're not going to need them with a higher population. They're giving you a higher population with bots right now. This is a hold, right? It's a hold right now for consoles. That's what this is.
Yeah, and I'm sure that, like, it wouldn't be a bad idea if they do what they do with Paladins, where if you come in brand new to the game, then you play a few bot matches first before you even get matched up with real people.
It's very possible, because that's a ranking system that's coming.
Totally. And like, if they'd done that on other games like Fortnite, I might have stayed and played. But when I first even tried Fortnite, it took me, I want to say, like 7 months or something to actually start to play again. Yeah. So I think that having bots over, not anyway, You know what I mean?
No, I know exactly what you mean. I love how Paladins did it. Paladins made me feel like I was a good player for a while.
Yeah, totally.
I was like, oh my god, look at my KDA. Oh, these guys are noobs. But yeah. But it's going to be very interesting.
Yeah.
Okay, so to the next big news of this patch. It's fairly for all of us who've been playing for a while. This potion change, you feel it. You feel it immediately. So in general, potions can now be used while moving, but you can no longer interrupt them. So you use it. You can run around. You run about a third slower than you normally run while you're running around while taking a potion. You can't do it while riding, just while walking. You can't interrupt it, so you can't pick up a weapon and start firing once you get it. So you have to wait for the potion to finish off. But the cast time has been reduced from 3 seconds to 2 seconds, so it's a lot quicker. So that's pretty intense right there. Have you tried using the potions yet, Kathy?
Yeah, and I agree with you. It's pretty dramatic. I think that like once real people come in, because now with the bots there are kills all over the place, so you kind of have like a shard excess. So forging armor potions is no problem. However, I can see that changing dramatically once the player count increases. You're either going to have an armor shortage or a shard shortage.
Shard shortage?
Very, very difficult to say that 3 times fast. But yeah, so it's definitely obvious, and then it makes me think about the future too. But I guess like, you know, we'll cross that bridge when we come to it because they've made changes before.
Right.
But it's interesting. I could see, I don't know, you tell me, like for somebody who's more skilled, like do you feel that it's better? Like maybe some of the really good players are too OP the other way?
Basically what they're trying to do, and they said it, is this is a quote from High Res. With this release, we're making a number of changes to potions. Potions will now lock out weapons and abilities, leaving players vulnerable, but you will be able to move around. The amount of potions that heal have been reduced to make potions more individually valuable, especially health potions. Armor potions are one of the most valuable drops in Realm Royale, so we want to give players a more consistent path to getting them. So what they've done is they've increased the amount of potions, which I still really haven't seen while playing. I don't feel like that there's more. But my overall belief is the time to kill has gone up fairly high in the game. With this, they bring the time to kill down a bit because not everybody's going to be completely healed or healed really fast to full after each fight. And you can't just hold all the potions that you can hold just enough potions to fill yourself up once. So you're going to have to go and scavenge some more to get some more. So if you get in another fight, you can't just heal yourself back up. So I'm really okay with this. I like it. I think it makes it more competitive, and it makes it so that somebody who's lucky and forged a bunch of stuff isn't just sticking there popping potions all day long, getting it as full as possible, and you just can never get them down.
Yeah, you dirty potion popper.
That's me. So some other things that did happen. So they reduced the value that the potions fill up. So it's only 300 now, up from 500. So it takes 5 to fill you up from 0 versus the 3 it used to. Also, you no longer start the game with any armor. 0. So you actually, it's back to sort of the Fortnite idea: is you have no armor, go find armor potions and get them. Or hopefully a nice rune that'll give you armor.
Yeah, that I didn't mind so much. I didn't notice that part as much as I noticed that when I drank 2 potions, I was like, where's my armor?
Yeah, exactly.
I was like, what? I thought I drank some, but yeah, so I don't think that's like such a, nominal thing.
I personally believe that they'll probably remove the vulnerability part of potions. Like sometimes you pop a potion and somebody comes around the corner, you got to pull your weapon out. I think that in a competitive world, you've got to be able to have the ability to do that. I know Donut's pretty much going to hate this. He's not going to like chugging a potion, seeing somebody be like, oh, I can't shoot, and he gets pulled down. So, and I felt that while I was doing it. I wasn't in the middle of a fight, but I can see how that's not going to go over well with the competitive scene. So, my opinion, I could be wrong.
Yeah, that's interesting.
So,
yeah,
what was that?
We got someone that hates it as well in the chat.
Yeah, of course. Another fun thing that did happen, which this I think is good in the competitive scene. They've reduced the chicken speed by 10%. Now, from High Res, they said, while chickens should be able to escape with cunning play, it's important that it downplayers a moment of triumph rather than a moment of frustration. Now those little cluckers will have to rely on quick wits, not quick feet. So I really like this. I agree. Once you kill somebody, once you down them, once you cluck them, I really feel like you've accomplished something. You shouldn't be running all over the place trying to finish that, and I don't think competitive players want to do that either.
Yeah, I think it's more fun. And anyway, watching the most fun plays with the chickens don't have to do with how fast the chicken runs away. It really does have to do with how cunning someone is. And so one time I got away, well, just recently the other day, I got away because I was literally sitting on the side of the forge, the backdrop of the forge, and they didn't even notice. And I was like, oh, I'm just sitting here. And then I think we've all seen Donuts where he was jumping around on a rock.
Yeah.
And then he finally got unchickened. He chickened the other guy and then killed the other guy after he was a chicken. What else? I don't know. They're just so fun. Running through the windows over and over repeatedly in a circle so that they can't get you. I don't know. Those are the most fun things anyway. So even from a viewer's perspective, I think this is way better. So good job.
They didn't do much in the way of weapons and abilities because I think people are thinking that these weapons are pretty good and in a decent place. The stone staff, they reduce the fall off damage, and firebomb, the damage no longer scales on the target's maximum health and so forth like that, which really didn't affect too much, but it's just a sort of a nice to have in the way of firebombs and stone staff. The venom pistol though, oh my god. This thing now is a monster. Have you gotten a chance to play this thing with this yet, Kathy?
No, I never got one. Did you get one?
Yes. Oh, I had a legendary, and it felt like I was mowing bots down. You walk up to it, boom, one clip takes a chicken out like that. It just is. Now you have to be at a decent place. You have to be close to them to do it. So it is the assassin's short range weapon, but it is a very, very good weapon.
Yeah, that was much needed. So good on that.
Yeah, I'm terrified of an assassin with the bonus damage rune with this legendary pistol. You're gonna walk into a room and you're gonna be chickened like that.
Yeah.
So I'm really excited. I'm really excited about this, but it's just a little bit more. I'm terrified of this pistol now.
I'll watch out for it. I didn't see one at all, and I didn't hear them because I love the sound. This one, I'm glad they fixed it because the sound is my favorite.
Oh yeah, yeah. No, I really like the sound of the venom pistol.
Yeah.
So I do want to say something, and this. I don't think it's too controversial. This stone staff, I think, is just a smaller fix to a larger problem. Right now, I don't, except the mage has the best movement ability in the game. Just period. Best in the game. They're besides the stone staff, they've got nothing. I just do not think the mage is viable right now. I just really don't think it's a viable class. The other two, the lightning and the ice staff, neither one of them are worth it. They are free shards, right? Do you use them, Kathy?
Yeah, I do. You know what's funny? The last time I was on, I feel like, yeah, I think when they brought classes back, I think that you guys were like, "Oh, the hunter, it's terrible. What do you play, Kathy?" And I was all, "The hunter."
Yeah.
So just so you know, I've been playing mage now.
Yeah, well, but
Yeah, I like. Yeah, yeah, I don't mind it. I actually frosted a bot to death today. I don't
Ooh,
wanna brag.
nice.
But yeah, so I'm getting some practice. I think that what I like about the mage, like you said, movement is the best. So I'm trying to figure out, like, okay, if I can stay alive longer, I know I can put in damage. I'm just bad at the final kill part. So that's why I really like mage. So I'd recommend that to anyone who, if you play other games, like I'm telling you, I stay alive in a lot of games, like Heroes of the Storm, Overwatch. I feel like it's the key to it. So try mage.
Yeah.
Then stay alive, then try to do some stuff, and finally I think you'll get some kills. And
No,
that might be the path to victory for us.
I agree. Listen, for me, and I make no secret, and everybody who pretty much is watching me right now knows I am not the best player. And I play the mage. I'll play anyone. I will use Soar all the time. If I get a stone staff, I'm murderous with it. The other ones, not so much. So, I mean, mage plus Soar plus stone staff equals obliteration.
Yes.
Mage plus Soar plus stone staff plus sniper rifle, just run away.
Yeah.
Just my personal opinion.
I think that I'm going to actually start basing everything on the movement. I'm going to carry stone staff, like fire stone staff if I can, and then sword. And then if I can't shoot them, I'll just roll up on them and kill them.
Yeah, we did that earlier today.
Donut proud.
Exactly. So yeah, so nothing super exciting in weapons and abilities except for really the Venom staff. But you know, I think they've gotten things balanced, and High Res has got this in a good place right now. And I think we're getting ready to get to a place where we flip the switch and let's go console. But I diverge.
Yes, let's go console. I think, what would Donut say? Donut would say yes.
Yeah, that's probably all he'd say.
Console, right? Yeah, he would say yes, let's go console.
No, he'd say let's go trick-or-treating for donuts.
He would. Yeah, Donut's trick-or-treating right now, everyone, by the way. I know people are asking. He is here actually in spirit. He's literally here.
Yeah.
But yeah, he went trick-or-treating, so hopefully
that's why he's not here.
Us candy.
Yeah, candy. So, if you didn't notice, while you were jumping down or while you were roaming around today, if you need a forge, they're all over the place now. They're all open for business. Kathy, you said you were noticing that when you came down today?
Yeah, I actually didn't know what was going on. I just was like, there's a lot of forges and I didn't think anything of it. So I'm glad this was a choice. I think this is something too that everyone's been asking for. So I'm curious to see how it goes. I think it'll be really cool. Yeah,
no, it's I like the idea. Stez and I were playing earlier. We were doing some duos, which we won. Against those evil. We killed 3 real people.
Hey, you know what Donut would say?
Oh no! Oh no! It's Donut. What's up, Donut?
Where are you?
Hi. I'm making a guest appearance.
What's up? What would you say about console? Are you excited about console or no?
If they allow console, if they do full cross compatibility and allow console to play with PC, I'm all for it. I love killing noobs.
There we go. It's straight from the donut's mouth.
I'm gonna go eat some more chocolate.
Hey, talk to you later, Donut. So the forges are really great. Stez and I were talking about this, and we love it and we hate it. I love the idea of it because it changed what the game was each time you played, so you don't always hit the same spot over and over and over again. I love that. And in a competitive format, I love the fact that I have to make a decision on where I'm going to go based on what forges are around. And that made you land different places. But then also I really like the fact that there's not going to be that many people going in that one little forge, so I can forge without dying. So it's 6 of one, half a dozen the other. I really hope that in the competitive scene they do make it a little bit more random, because I think that changes strategy up and makes it an interesting game.
Yeah, I agree with you. I don't think I mind either way, but I do much more interesting that way.
Mm-hmm. So we've got a couple, some new. If you've seen these things, these runic stones lying around, I found one. I know that they're now in the game, but I've only found one. Chad, if you do know where a couple more are, the one that I have found here, it's just north of Fungal, just in the center north of Fungal, and this is what it looks like. It looks a little creepy, but I have a theory about this one, and we'll talk about it in a minute. But has anybody else gotten a chance to see these? Have you seen these yet?
This is my first one that I've seen, but
Yeah.
I'm gonna look for him now.
Yeah, no, it's really cool. I think there's a couple. Now, the fact that there's not that many makes me wonder, and the placement of them. Once we find another one, we'll see. But earlier today on Baggins' stream, they found an art station thing where one of the artists for Realm Royale put up a test art of portals that he had done, and he said portal tests for Realm Royale, and it was really cool. We saw it on his stream. I didn't actually pick it up here, but they're actually testing or were testing portals of some sort in Realm Royale.
Yeah, that's interesting.
I have no idea what it's about.
I think it's safe to assume that a lot of the things that made Paladin successful, they're going to start to see if they can incorporate. So I wonder if that's what the beta is going to be all about, is like we can almost play Paladins to see how, like what might show up here.
Yeah. I don't
really cool,
know. It's very easy. I mean, it could be a tease for the Pirates versus Cowboys, which we believe is coming for the next Battle Pass. So there's a lot of things, and also they're always going to be showing this blue gem everywhere. Look, we got one here. We got one on my back. On my this Paladin's gem is everywhere. I love the branding, but we'll see. We will see. I do not know if it's like Rifts. Chat was asking. I don't know if they're like Rifts. They could be. My thought is maybe they have some on the outer areas and they teleport you into like middle of the circle. So you can get there quick, but people could also wait there to snipe you. I don't know. Or it could be a new mage ability or something, a new character ability. So I don't know. But that's it. That's all we hit. That is the amazingness of this patch, and I'm really happy about it. I'm very happy that it's not major changes in the way of content, right? Like,
yeah, me too. It almost seems like just a summary of everything that we've experienced, and then they kind of, I don't know. This is the best version of like, oh, we've really fixed things.
Yeah.
Like, I think that's why it gives a sense of like a finality of like, okay, it's a finalization of the alpha and it's this new start, but it's still quite not done. And we're still going to be open to what you guys are saying. And we still want to kind of play around. So I think the bots give it a playground feel that it needs and that we liked from the beginning. I think all of us commented on how fun the game is and it kind of brings it back. So that's really cool. And like, oh, I have a question for you. Do you know when the goblins come out?
The loot goblin is probably going to be coming out probably near. It's either going to be in the next week or two, or it will be when consoles release. That's my belief. They are, because right now, what's going on is they've got everything ready for console. Yeah. Now, the one thing that's left right now to fix is all the extra stuff that's being left all over the place. Okay?
Yeah.
There's the stuff laying all over the place. Now they've got to fix that. And I still believe that's what this loot goblin is for. This loot goblin is going to pick this stuff up and you're going to be able to grab it. You'll be able to kill them, probably either get the shards. I hope you get shards. I hope you don't get items. I hope he puts it into the bag and you shoot him and he turns into a big pile of shards. But I believe that's the last big thing that needs to be created and working properly before the game. It's fixed all the major issues that we have with the game right now.
Yeah. I think so. It's really good, and I'm excited to play again. Today I was really excited to play, so I think that says something where I was like, oh, I don't think I felt that way ever since the timers, but I do feel really excited. Like I know I'm going to get a game.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so it's cool.
Yeah, I think we're in a really, really great spot. And I think once they fix all this extra loot lying around, and I think that's what this loot goblin's for, I think they've got it. And I think they can jump into beta. So we will find out, just so everybody knows, in 3 weeks, if you don't already know, HRX is going on in Atlanta. There is a, what's the word I'm looking for? There is a panel with the developers of Realm Royale. Nash is going to be there. All the people are going to be there. And I'm definitely going to be there. And my hope is, and I'm going to talk with Nash and the team, that I want to stream that live to everybody, so that everybody can see what's going on, so that you guys can hear it at the same time we're hearing it. I don't know if they're going to do anything live, but I want to ask and make sure that they allow our community to see this and be able to. I'm going to ask questions, and hopefully what I'll do is if I'm streaming, I will have you guys ask questions, and I'll ask them of the developer. We're also going to try and get a little meet and greet while we're out there. I know Thor's out there. I know Shaw's out there. I don't know if Gentle Giant's going to be making it out there. But I'm going to see if there's a way that we can get all the Realm community together, and a lot of viewers and stuff, and hopefully get to a place where we can talk. So
yeah, that'd be so rad.
But yeah, so that's sort of where we're at. I'm really, really excited about HRX. I've never gone to a high-res anything. I've been a Blizzard person for the longest time, and Paladins and Realm Royale has taken a lot of my life. So it'll be very interesting to see meet the guys that we were talking to online all the time. So it's going to be cool. And hopefully, we can get you guys some really cool codes from HRX. Paladins, Realm Royale. Let's see if Nash, if you're listening, we need some.
Don't worry, Octo's really good at that anyway. He's gonna find some way to get some stuff, and it's stuff nobody else is gonna have. So,
by the way, Windsong, no, it is not. My outfit is much cuter than Kathy's. Just saying.
Whatever, I don't want to bring gender into this, but just like a dude, you just throw on a suit and think you look great. This took work and effort.
So I know we did a little bit of shorter one. We just wanted to run through this, and since Donut wasn't here saying, well, it's a competitive player, we actually were able to get this done in a lot quicker time. So
yeah, they can't all be an hour-and-a-half long podcast, okay, guys?
Exactly. But everybody who is here, thank you so much for showing up to the Clucked Chickens. Myself and Kathy, I love hanging out with both her and Donut each week. So if you want to find me, you can find me at OctoOG on Twitter, on Twitch, on Instagram, on anything. Cathysoo, how can they find you?
Yeah, same. Cathysoo, CATHYSOO on all socials. And Instagram's probably the best one to follow me on, because since I'm a makeup artist, I like to put up pretty pictures. But I'm a lot more active on my Twitter too, if you want to know when I'm streaming. And then we'll give Donut a shout out here, even though he's not here. Yeah. You can follow Donut at Twitter or Twitch at LO_donut_OL. That's DONUT, not the old-timey British way of spelling donut.
Yeah.
All right?
Yeah, not that way.
This is a regular American donut.
But yeah, guys, seriously, please, if you do get a chance, like the channel, like the Twitter, Clucked Chicken's Twitter. If you do listen to the podcast, please give this a thumbs up. Rate it for us so we can get higher on iTunes, so other people can find us as well. It'd be much appreciated. So from all of us, happy Halloween, and you guys have an amazing night, and we will talk to you later.